Hello everyone, happy Monday! What's good? What's up? So today I'm actually going to go over the three main kinds of wine club for those of you who are thinking about joining a wine club. And remember to stay till the end because I have some exciting announcement to make and you never know, I just might be that perfect wine club for you. All right, let's get right to it and waste no one's time. Today, I want to go over, because I have quite a few clients who are thinking about joining a wine club and they wanted to know what my recommendations are for a good wine club. So I wanted to break down my experience in 15 years being in the wine industry and tell you the three main kinds of wine club that I usually see out there. We'll start with the first one. Number one, the bulk wine club. That is probably the most popular and I see it everywhere. Those are the ones that usually give you a crazy insane deal. We're talking about wine clubs that essentially charges you $60 per month and ship you 6 bottles of wine, including shipping tax and all that crazy stuff. I'm going to be straight out and just tell you, don't even join that one. Those are what I consider a bulk wine club. Those are generally commercial or private bottling facility, and they're using, I hate to say it, the cheapest bulk wine juice, and they are just putting a lot of different various label on there, so it seems like you're getting a shit ton of different variety of wine, but most of them are really just bulk quality. Let's just be honest here, wine are very heavy and very expensive to ship. Each bottle of wine generally weighs about 3 pounds, and if you're packing them correctly with the packaging, 6 bottles of wine is 20 pounds and 12 bottles of wine are 40 plus pounds, and just to ship that case usually costs anywhere between $20 to $30 depending on where you're shipping within the United States. So if they're charging only $70 for a case of wine, and the quality of the wine is just not worth it. If you are looking for something really cheap and bulk, you might as well just go to your local Safeway or Costco and get whatever is available there. So just skip that kind of wine club altogether. Now let's talk about the second kind of wine club. The second kind of wine club, I actually do recommend if you're the loyal loving, you have a very specific palate and you only like one kind or certain kinds of wine and you don't like to change too much. And these are what I call the Winery Direct Club. Of course, if any of you that lives in Northern California or have visited Napa, almost every winery offer this, right? You can join their wine club, you get a lot of benefit of going to their tasting room, tasting for free. You usually get a discount for buying their wine, and then they ship you anywhere from 4 to 6 or however many bottles every half a year or every year. The bad part about this wine club is there's not a lot of variety, of course, right? Because any given winery only has 10 or maybe 20 different wines that they're offering, and you're rotating through those over and over. But again, like I said, if you like consistency and you're very specific about what you like and what you don't like, that might be a great wine club for you. And the third, moving on to third kinds of wine club, which I actually work for pretty big retailers before. Those are called the Retailers Wine Club. Now, here comes the dirty little secret, because there's a lot of people that join the Retailers Wine Club because they go, okay, they're a retailer, they have 6,000 different variety, and they're picking the best to me, right? For me, because usually in those retailers, they'll have like red wine only club, Pinot Noir club, Champagne club. Is very fine combed, so you get to pick exactly what style you like, which sounds like a really cool idea in the first place. But just being honest, because I used to work at retail, usually when you're joining a retailer, especially the bigger retail wine club, and they're serving a lot of retail customer, the wine that they're looking for are usually what we call the really high margin wine, or what we call the closeout wine. So they look for wines from distributor and importer that they're having problem moving, and they're selling out in bulk at a major discount, and usually looks very attractive because you'll get wine that, to say 2 bottles of Cabernet that normally should go for $100, but because you're a wine club member, they're offering to you for $50 for the 2 instead. It looks like a very attractive deal that you're getting this huge discount, but a lot of the time, I hate to say it, because they're satisfied a big customer base and they want to make their margin, they are looking for crazy closeout wine. And there's not always, but there are a lot of time the wines are a little bit flawed and it's not very personalized. Like I've seen those wine club runs, they're running based on number. It's no longer about picking cool, fun wines for their wine club member to enjoy, if that makes sense. So I'm just putting it out there. Now, those are the 3 kinds of wine club. And to be honest, out of the 3, I will only recommend the Winery Direct Club if you're the type that only like a specific wine and you fund it going to a certain winery and that's the wine you want to collect. But if you're a adventurous wine drinker, I would recommend, and you don't have to go with me because that's my announcement. I'm starting my wine club again after 5 years. Now, you don't have to go with me, but there is a 4th kind of wine club I guess I would recommend, including myself, which is a smaller independent retailer with someone behind the scene who actually loves wine, who are geeky, who are expert, who have went through some kind of wine training, and who are picking wine because they love it, because there's a story, because there's something fun and something cool about the wine. It's not just to run the numbers, if that makes sense. Now, let's talk about what's the cool thing about joining wine club like this, or I'm going to talk about mine. Number 1 is I am only going to recommend you wine that I'm personally drinking this month. And I'm just going to be full on honest because people always ask me, what are you drinking? So I will be honest, yes, I do sell a lot of really luxury wine that's upwards of hundreds and thousands of dollars a time. But when I'm at home, I'm not drinking those. I wish I am, but I'm not drinking those kind of wine all the time. My sweet spot price point is anywhere between $20 a bottle to maybe about $150 per bottle. That is my sweet spot. And that is why I base my wine club this way. I want people to be drinking, if you're comfortable drinking this price range, to be drinking wines like that with me. And number 2, of course, I love to do the storytelling. I'm doing more video stuff. I think, especially with the pandemic, it's really hard to put be doing the live tasting, but again, because of the technology advances, it's so easy to do a Zoom meeting, to film a video. So I am going to actually walk you through every single wine that I'm offering in a wine club with a video. So you get to kind of talk and see and taste what I'm tasting, or see why I love this wine, or why I'm recommending this wine to you. Of course, with the food pairing, because I'm a huge foodie, I'm going to talk about what food I pair with it. And number 3, if you don't know me well, I'll be honest, again, I do sell a lot of luxury wine, but in my core, I am a born and raised second world country, Taiwanese native who are, have this brainwave of just always looking for good value. So whenever I'm looking for wine to drink myself or to recommend or open for friends, I'm never looking for the big name brand. I'm always looking for value, things that drinks better than the price point they're presenting, but I'm not going, oh my God, look at this wine. This has got 97 point, or look at the branding is so well known. I don't actually look for those wines because I do trust my palate and I know what's good quality wine. So you see a lot of time I'll find small winery that produce only 200 cases a year. But I think for their, let's just say $50 Cabernet that drinks like $100, or their $20 Sauvignon Blanc that is so unique you can't find anywhere else. So that's what I look for. I'm a bargain value shopper. So that's kind of the wine that I do. The other thing I wanted to kind of present for you guys, if you are interested in joining my wine club, is going to be free shipping quarterly. So every 3 months, I will just ship out the wines to you. It's not going to be every month, every 3 months, because it is still better to ship them in a group instead of single bottles. It's a little more expensive that way. And of course, there's no contract, there's no commitment. You can cancel at any time. Now, after all that, I'm going to tell you some of the bad things about joining my wine club, just so we're clear. I am not this perfect wine club for everyone. If you are someone, I am not so cut and dry. If you're someone who are very specific on what you like I said, what I'm basing my wine club off is what I'm drinking this month. So if you're very cut and dry, you say, I only drink California Cab, I only drink Chardonnay, I only drink blah, blah, blah. If you are I only like type, I will be honest, I'm not going to be a wine club like you love, because I have a very diverse palate, and it will be different every month, and it's going to be fluid. It's not going to be only 2 bottles, it's not going to be 4 bottles. I'm just having to set a budget. So every month is $150, and is whatever I think the best value I can bring you for that dollar amount. So it could be this really awesome specialty wine for $150, it could be one bottle, or it could be this awesome 5 different bottles of champagne at $30 per bottle. It could be different every single month. So it will be a mix of white, red, sparkling. It could be sweet sometimes. So it's not for people who are not adventurous, but it is great for people who are adventurous, who like the surprise, who like to discover different parts of the wine world and like someone to walk them through it because someone else picked the wine and they're also passionate about it to tell you about why I like it. And of course, even if you're adventurous, you're not going to love every single bottle of wine every month, but you sure as hell will learn so much about this really diverse world of wine, and I think it will be super fun. So to sum up, this is the detail. It is my quote-unquote luxury plus value wine club that I want to start, and it's a pilot run. So if any of you who are interested in joining, please leave a comment below. It will be $149.99 per month, and it can range anywhere from 1 to maybe 6 to 7 bottles per month, just depending on the mix up. It will be shipped to you for free every 3 months or quarterly. Every wine will come with a guided video from me to talk about the stories and pairing and kind of the cool thing about the wine and why I picked it. And of course, like I said, it doesn't have to be me. If that's not something that fits your budget or fits your style, those 3 that I talked about earlier, well, please don't go with a bulk wine club, but you can always go Winery direct, and or I also recommend if you really want to try to do wine club, always find a small independent wine retailer with someone whose palate and expertise that you trust to take you on this journey. So with that being said, leave a comment, let me know if you're interested. We'll start live next month, and thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your weeks. Bye!